Okay, I'm gonna read this. This is not pre-read, pre-watched. She dropped this while I was talking about the nano thing. Live react. There's nothing I can say to make this better, but I will try my best to properly convey my feelings, frustrations, and mistakes. I'd like to explain my point of view and apologize to each party affected. Alright. How many pages is this? 7 pages! Chat, I'm sorry about the flashbang. I don't know. You have to deal with it. Redacted has been my co-content creator since I began making content, managing all aspects of what I do and being a major part of why I'm here. We have also been in a relationship since the start of my endeavors. Oh my god! It's no secret that many VTubers choose to keep their public and personal lives separate, and I'm no different. As of yesterday, he is no longer working with me, and have not extensively discussed any of this with him. What? Okay, alright, Where our personal situation goes from here will be figured out between us privately. I never intended to mention this us publicly, but given that the claims are out there, I want everyone to know I'm taking this seriously. After years of working on everything together, his hyper-business-oriented outlook warped my view of what it is I should be doing and what should be important to me as I navigate this career path. I have a terrible work-life balance as it is, and being around projects and stream all day every day made me lose sight of the point. It took all of this happening for me to realize this behavior isn't normal or healthy, and it's not an outlook I want to have. This doesn't absolve me of the things I've willingly done wrong and went along with, or the way I've treated people who were fully undeserving. That is crazy. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm channeling my inner bald man. I'm channeling my inner bald man. I'm gonna go full. I'm gonna be the bitch here. I'm actually I'm gonna be the bitch here. I'm gonna point out the elephant in the room. I'm sorry. Your boyfriend is your manager. You talked about everything extensively. I would assume you live in the same house and sleep in the same bed. And you're both financially tied to the success of Sinder the VTuber as a couple. Like, what is stopping you from having Redacted sacrifice his manager account, purge it from your Discord and your Twitter, and instead he just manages you from like the shadows? Like, what's stopping you from doing that? He logs into your Discord, Cinder, to personally message everyone for business purposes, instead of messaging them on his own account. Like, what are we really talking about? This is the problem. For all we know, Red is the one who typed this. This apology I'm talking about, I mean. Or Red could be over your shoulder right now helping you word an apology to win the public back over. Everyone has the right to keep their life, private life private, right? However, what you don't get to do is use your private life being private as a shield from criticism. When your other half was doing some of the most heinous business practice in VTubing, like, can't we just agree this is one of the most egregious things that's ever happened in indie VTubing? her saying where our personal, situation goes from here and we figure it out privately is sadly like the biggest red flag for me. And it makes me question every single thing I'm about to read. Because ultimately, everyone is gonna assume that he's still there. And let's be honest, if he's your boyfriend and he has a vested interest in your success so he can continue making money, he's gonna keep helping you. It's such a sticky situation, and I hate drawing this comparison. But everyone remembers Amaranth being outed for having a husband. And her coming out and calling him abusive and saying how she can't wait to do content that isn't just titty streaming. Excuse me. And then a few months later, like, whoops. Yep, there he is. We're still together, by the way. Amaranth and her husband, I mean. And by the way, I still essentially only still do titty streaming. Oopsies. My bad. That is the first thing that's gonna come to a lot of people's minds while they're reading this. This is... I can't, man. Oopsies! So essentially, what this all boils down to, is people taking your word for it that you had no idea, what was going on. But as a couple that are both, financially invested in your success, Miss Cinder, everyone is gonna find it really, really hard to believe that you didn't discuss every single detail of every single move you made together. You're hiding behind plausible deniability while confirming to the public that you're still in the relationship for the time being with the person you've blamed all of this drama and threw him under the bus. That destroys your entire argument. You can't go, it's Red's fault, and then say we're in a relationship and we'll figure it out privately. Nobody's gonna take you seriously, man. When the person who hurt Bao and Lily and Silvervale and Spite and other people is actively profiting off of your success because you're still fucking dating! Yeah, threw him under the bus, but still with him is wild. Both Bao and Cottontail have rejected the apology. That's totally valid. I totally understand. I am not personally affected by this, but I imagine if I was, I probably wouldn't either. Nobody's gonna take you seriously after your significant other took a big fat dump on a bunch of people that you claim to be your friends. Okay, I'll just keep reading. God, this is 7 fucking pages. Alright. In regards to Nanoly, for the majority of the time working with her, Red was the one almost solely doing the communication about new plans and negotiations through his private DMs. Nano had a project server we were all a part of where actual art and models were worked on, but the conversations were focused around the work itself. I was not fully aware of the extent of Red's manipulation over Nano's commission decisions, and I should have been more diligent in my oversight. I'm not buying it. I'm not either. I'm sorry. I'm just gathering my thoughts. This is serious, you know? It's just crazy to me. Chat, I'm gonna do something really quick. I just thought of something. I'm gonna do something real quick. 1 second. It's gonna be so fucking funny. Oh lordy lord. Where is it? There it is. Beautiful. Oh shit. Son of a bitch! Where is it? Where is it? Sorry, disorganized for a second. Chat's gonna love this. Woo! Oh man. Alana canceled doc tomorrow? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Chat, I'll read everyone's apologies after I finish this. I'll do that. Nevertheless, let us continue. I know, give me... Can we, like, chat, settle the fuck down? Settle down. Settle down. I will read this, and then I will look and refresh everyone's posts. By the way, there's gonna be more posts coming in. Let me cook. Let me cook. Yeah, I will look at everyone's responses, okay? Chill. I was not fully aware of the extent of Red's manipulation over Nano's commission decisions, and I should have been more diligent in my oversight. That's wild to me. Every time I had been told that Nano had agreed to work on a new commission with me, it had been willingly and with excitement. From my point of view, it was that she was genuinely wanted to be working on these things. I wanted to work with Nano as much as I possibly could, making her art the face of my brand. We had come to the conclusion that it'd be in my best interest to talk with Nano about making more time for my projects by negotiating with her to cut out other work. You still wouldn't pay her a retainer though. You know? No retainer, bitch. Cut out work, but I'm not gonna pay you extra. This was wrong for us to push onto her. Us! You were aware! And it was wrong to the other creators who wanted the chance of working with her. There was only one specific creator we were responsible for naming and pressuring Nano into reconsidering projects with, not an entire list. That's cap. Of her own volition, Nano canceled a large portion of her model commissions last September. However, the claim that I was just using her is wrong. I've always treated Nano with respect and as my friend. I get compared to her a lot even still today. It's your decision who you ultimately work with, and this is how I've been feeling. Yeah. Business is business as usual. I did give her a lot of work, and we did everything we could to accommodate her schedule if she needed more time or a break. Sure. And even helped her with her own project payments multiple times. I've invited her on my stream, I've sent her my merch and things she's made for me, and I always was open to talking to her about things outside of our projects in the instances we would message each other. Regarding the exclusivity deal made between them, I had no part in the direction negotiations of their eventual agreement, and I had no knowledge of Bao and Cotton being included in this list. If I had known my friends were included, I would have said something to put a stop to it. Sure, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, your boyfriend that lives with you and talks to you every day, and you probably have breakfast, dinner, and lunch together, and you very likely, or I would hope, sleep in the same bed together and hang out. No, he would never vent to you about like the problems talking with Nana or anything. No, that's just not how relationships work, you know? No, you're right. Okay, anyway. I was only aware of it being on one person who I was unfairly pursuing. When Nano had messaged about this agreement almost a month later, I was under the assumption this was only about Silvervale. I was upset at my initial messages to her were very guilt-trippy, but I wasn't going to force Nano to do anything she wasn't okay with. You were guilt-trippy and gaslighting, but then... Oh, the mental gymnastics. Oh, the pain. Oh. Nano also never has come to me as seriously and professionally as her document was looking to address the issues she had with either of us or terminate our partnership. What? Just screenshots. What are you talking about? I had no idea there was even a conversation about Shylily recently between Red and Nano until reading our document. I don't even know what to say to that. That's... I get compared to her a lot, even still to this day, and it's always like I'm living in someone's shadow, which is the one reason why Red asked about not making any more models with her. They can't even be consistent. That is 2023? Chat, if someone thinks like this in 2023, what's stopping them from thinking like that in 2025? She admitted to it? Chat, are you crazy? You guys are the funniest little bunch I've ever seen on That's Silvervale, not Lily. Chat, I really hope that you don't get fucked over and twisted like this by like someone in a relationship. If you think like this 2 years ago, and you still think like this 2 years later, this is 2025. This is as recent as 2 months ago. What do you mean? Okay, anyway, you guys are cooked. Anyway, I was never even aware Nana was ever planning to work on a model for another or one of my friends, Geary. I do not condone anything about what Red said about Bao in these DMs either, and him using we and our in this context is abhorrently incorrect and I believe was done to gain greater credibility behind what he was saying. Yes, Red and I were initially upset when Bao hired my editor, and I took it personally when I shouldn't have. So why do you admit in this document that it upset you, but then you say I would never do anything like that? When you quite literally did it to Silver. I don't know, man. This seems so fucking two-faced. I felt as yes, Red and I were initially upset. I felt as if maybe my content wasn't good enough, or like I wasn't paying enough for his work, but I accepted it and was happy for him getting that bag and supporting one of my friends at the same time. And yes, I was also upset when Sack, the Boss Rush MV editor, had told us that he won't be working on any future projects with us and would instead be working exclusively for Bao. But Red got it in his head that it was Bao's fault that it happened and seemingly held a grudge against her for it. You're telling me that you're in a relationship with this guy for multiple years? Let's just assume and lowball and say this is like 3 to 4 years. Because they were together, as she stated at the start, since the beginning of her content creator journey. You're telling me that he would never vent to you in real life about this? I just don't believe it. No, no, you both got it in your heads. I don't believe it for a second that you two never discussed this. You never sat down at a dinner table and were like, damn, I had a really rough day talking to Nano about Bao. Like, you really think that doesn't happen? Yeah, I don't know. I don't buy it. What do I know? I'm just a stupid fox girl. Where was I? But Ray got it in his head that it was Bao's fault that it happened and seemingly held a grudge against her for it. He was very passionate about Boss Rush and the potential future projects around it, but he told me without an MV editor as talented as Sack, the future projects wouldn't reach the same heights, so he created this headcanon that's laid out in those DMs. I wasn't convinced this was the case, but it's my fault for never speaking with Bao about these things directly to clear things up and letting it spiral to the point it got to. Every comment here about her own music, guilt-tripping, and claims about our shared feelings towards her are disgusting, and I honestly don't know why he thought this was this way about my close friend beyond the resentment about over those two things, and why it was worth sabotaging her over. Yeah. I wasn't convinced this was the case, but I let him go ahead and paint that headcanon in his DMs with Nano that I definitely didn't have any knowledge of, chat. This isn't a case of like a manager that's overstepped their boundaries and they don't know each other, chat. Okay. Anyway, what else is there? God, we're not even like we're only 2 pages in. Fuck! The It's Just Business screenshot of my DMs with Nano's document was from November of 2023, and I'll go into my thought process of everything I said here. What Red was trying to explain to Nano is that if everyone has a model by her, then the innate value of her models overall are diminished by there being an oversaturation of that type of model out there. They're acting like this is like a Gucci bag or something. Is there thousands of Gucci bags out in the world? They're not NFTs? Wait, that's actually a way better comparison, because at least with like a bag, it's like it's got value to it, right? Like you can hold stuff in it, it's a physical thing. This is actually kind of like an NFT. Oh, you're printing so many NFTs, now they're gonna be worthless. Oh my god, yo, someone check their fucking wallet or something, I don't know. Stonks can only go up. If everyone in the world had a VTuber model done by her, then the value of having her model wouldn't be the same as if there were only a handful of them, which he viewed as a negative for me. I understand where he is coming from with this. I don't. Sorry. But in the VTuber space, this isn't something we should have pursued. Or any space, for that matter. It's art, too! I said this before. Just because Monet has, or Van Gogh, Vincent Van Gogh, or what's his name, Salvador Dali, it doesn't devalue their pieces. It's because it's made by that person. Like, what are we talking about? Nano has an amazing skill where she's able to draw each of these VTuber children uniquely, so I was never upset at seeing new model siblings. In many cases, I was cheering them on at their debuts and looking to collab with them as sisters when I could. Me saying it's just business was referring to my acceptance of Nano's business decisions, whether she chose to work with me or not. This was not in reference to anyone's model being canceled, further explaining to her that it's okay if she chooses not to work with me. I can understand where the next part can sound manipulative, but my intention was to reminisce about the journey we had together up to this point. Since at this time, I wasn't sure if this is where Nano and I would start working together as frequently as we had been. Yeah, because you didn't do an exclusivity deal and then you wanted her to blacklist people and cancel models through Red. And I'd have to look for a new model artist. I then encouraged her to work on projects she's excited about while I talked with Red to find a project that would work with her schedule. Alright, we're getting to my favorite part, talking about Silvervale, the queen. When talking about Silvervale, I need to start at the beginning. Before I was Cinder, I was a pink cherry blossom girl named Tashi that did ASMR content. When the VTuber boom happened in 2020, I knew I wanted to join in. Red and I contacted an artist in October, and they were set to start my VTuber design by December. The plan was to take my cherry blossom persona Tashi and make her a pink and white wolf girl VTuber. In November of that same year, Silvervale revealed her Sakura wolf design. I had heard of Silvervale earlier that year, but I didn't watch her streams at all. We knew we had to pivot before we stuck with a design that would just be a copy of one of the most popular VTubers at the time. Okay, so, I mean, that's kind of valid, sure, if that's true. I've explained so many times on my stream, I knew I wanted to be a wolf girl, so I mixed my love of Okami and metal music into the design and came up with a hellhound. My name was originally going to be Ember, but Red came up with the word Sinder, a mix of sin and cinder, both hell and fire themed. It was only a coincidence that it ended up similar to Silver. Okay, that's valid. Totally, okay. I was genuinely interested in pursuing a friendship with her, and I drew fan art of myself of us together. On the other hand, Red was in my ear the whole time saying how great working together would be, since again, he's being business-oriented side of my brand. That's weird. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know. Pursuing a VTuber and it's just, I don't want to say it's wrong, but it's weird, you know? Like, I put myself in I'll put myself in her shoes. Yeah, sure, you can have an Oshi and like love them and say that they're awesome and you look up to them, but like, admitting to your manager slash boyfriend saying that it would be fantastic if you collaborated together and that it would be like such a great business decision. Where are the receipts? It's all business, man. It's all just business. We don't have receipts because it probably was all said in real life. Yeah. Since I started streaming, I've been ruthlessly compared to Silvervale, being called the discount version of her. I have never heard this in my entire life. I mean, again, people say mean things about me, but I feel like acknowledging it is just kind of... I don't know how to say this really nicely. Stop reading fucking comments. Stop reading people's, like, comparisons of you. Like, they don't know what they're talking about. They're stupid. Chat, have you ever heard of this? Like, I've personally never seen someone compare Cinder to Silvervale, but I don't frequent Cinder stream, like, all the time, you know? Is this her, like, own headcanon as a result of, like, ego, or was this actually happening and she read one too many comments about it? No, never heard of it. Yeah. I never heard of that comparison. Again, if it does happen, I'm sure it does. People say stupid shit online. Don't let it get to you. You are so successful. Where was I? I was accused of copying her design. How? You're both... How are you being compared to Silvervale's design? Being called the discount version of her, copying her personality, even copying her laugh of all things. I've never heard of this. And there was a large number of people who were diehard believers in fact that I stole all of these attributes maliciously for my own gain, citing the art I posted of us together, calling her an inspiration, when in reality this was referring to the decision to become a hellhound. The only time Silvervale was mentioned in the original designing of my character was when we explained why we were pivoting to something else and there were no references of her character involved. I grew more and more resentful of Silver over time between the constant belittling of myself, a controversy around my first waifu cup. Chat, what? What? No. Yeah, she got one guide. Like, actually one guide. I've never heard of this. Chat, I am really, like, on top of, like, drama. Like, don't... I think she needs to get off 4chan. No, actually, for real. You need to stop reading, like, comments like that. People are stupid. She needs to get off 4chan and get on Feet Finder. Thank you, Malachite, for your contribution. Appreciate it. Oh my goodness. Alana admitted to being a drama tuber? I'm reading drama. Yeah. You can call me a drama tuber, sure. Basically, she resents Silver by getting one guide and for not working with her. Yes. Yes, this is all what it boils down to. Her boyfriend/manager said that it would be really fantastic if Silvervale and Sinder got together and did a business collaboration, and Silver said basically, no, I'm not interested, and now it's just been like a grudge ever since. And other incidents, even though she herself never interacted with me directly. Other incidents is like what? Why don't you have receipts for this? I never heard anything about Cinder's first waifu cup. I never heard anything about that. It was also the fact that made me insecure. Like, I wanted to know if she believed all of these things or not. It really felt as if she didn't like that I even existed in the same space. So at the point I was working with Nano consistently, we brought up not making any more models for her. If a VTuber model is how everyone recognizes you, then it'd be harder to compare us directly if we no longer look alike or have shared similarity. You, in one word, said that all of Nano's beautiful children are unique, but then at the same time, now you're saying that somehow they're all similar. My guy, pick a lane. Pick a side! Please, to any VTubers involved in watching this, I don't, this is so just, No, you don't understand. Red made her type this and she didn't mean it. Moojin, shut up! Go make your video, buddy! Oh my god, buddy! Yo, can I get a shout out for Moojin? Yo. Yeah, man, like... No! So you wanted to sabotage Silvervale, the absolute darling, the angel of VTubing, because you had this headcanon that you were too similar. So you thought it was okay to take away her opportunity to have a model with Nano. Like, wow. The girl that got relentlessly harassed over the Hogwarts Legacy drama, completely undeserved, who came out on top at the end of the day, who basically semi-retired and doesn't stream as much as she used to, and you somehow, in this universe, need to feel like you need to one-up her and shit all over her. I don't know. I ain't gonna hold you, this is crazy. Hold on, Scoo just DM me, what? I actually know what Cinder talks about when she says Sylvie was called Summer, it's the OG outfit. Oh, you mean like when she has like the shorts and the punk rock outfit and stuff? I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I never thought of it like that. I feel like if your fans love you and they support you, having similar outfits, by that logic, by the way, this is delusional, as Scoo is saying. This is completely delusional. Buff Pup also has a very rocky, like, metal-y type of design, too. Are you saying that Buff Pup as well, like, somehow has, like, the same thing going on? No, they're very unique. Oh, you're not allowed to have outfits that are kind of similar to mine. Nah, she has paws, it's different. I just don't get the logic. It's besides the point. I think that's so delusional to say that you're just like a one-to-one copy and that... I don't think Cinder and Silvervale sound alike, but that's just me. Maybe I have the tisms, I don't know. Where was I? Between the concept and myself, Red pushed for this harder than I ever did because he knew how it affected me for years, but no matter what the outcome was, I wasn't going to walk away from working with Nano. But you wouldn't stop them from not telling Silvervale to stop. Okay. Right. Silver was completely undeserving of this treatment, and it is what my own insecurities that led me to making this choice. I became unapologetically evil towards her due to no direct action of her own. There's no excuse for any of this. Okay. Alright. Moving on from Silvervale, let me talk about Spite. Once again, I had no involvement or knowledge of Red bringing up Spite to Nano in 2023. My only personal involvement with excluding someone specific from working with Nano was Silver. My design sheet and outfit were finished and made public at the very start of 2021. The first thing she mentions is a debut teaser in 2022 that was apparently posted the same day as her original debut, which I honestly don't know if it at the time was intentional or not. Okay. Certainly looks weird, doesn't it, chat? Sure. Again, sure. When I first debuted, I was very possessive of my design details. I've made it a year and a half since my design sheet was finished and public to having a full VTuber debut as I watched everything grow and change from the sidelines. And I didn't want anyone else to capitalize on my concept before I could. If you're so defensive over your design, why did you post it before you debuted? I'm just saying, you had a choice. Like, this is bullshit. You spent the entirety of the last paragraph how insecure you were being compared to a VTuber that doesn't look or sound anything like you, so now you want me to believe you had no concerns about a VTuber who actually does look similar to you, except she actually had receipts for doing all her designs before you. I put my hands up. I just think it's a little bit weird that not even 2 seconds ago, you said that you were absolutely just livid over Silver and you were being evil towards her, and then you say, oh, well, it could have been a coincidence. It could have been a coincidence that this happened. I don't know. I was very possessive. Okay. Soon after my original debut, I remember Spike getting an update to her model that made it seem like she more closely resembled me, including fire added to her model. Without evidence, I saw it and thought she must have copied me, but I never did anything about it other than voice my frustrations to Red. I didn't want to start drama with anyone, and I didn't have ownership over fire as a design detail. Keyword, I voiced my frustrations to Red, who then also got mad and brought it up to Nano years later as well. Keep in mind, 2021 and the screenshots we have are from 2023. I'm just saying, there's the tiny little things you can like poke little holes in the you know, in the argument. So yeah, like if you really think about it, you do! So you do talk to each other when you have an issue with a VTuber. Yeah. You do have an issue. That's kind of weird, because it sounds like you were saying you don't talk to Red about anything like at all earlier, huh? Yo, Scoo, I don't think I can show the first one because it's got her tummy and everything in it. Yeah. I might have to crop that one out. Hold on. Yeah, no, I can see it. Can I blur it? Hold on. I understand. I totally get it. From a design perspective, this is a bit much. It's very similar. This is what we're talking about at the end of the day. Chat. Let's be so for real right now. Who debuted first, Silver or Cinder? Can I have a timeline? Who debuted first? Silver. Okay. Yeah, I can absolutely see similarities. I'm not gonna hold you. I can see why people would be like, this is a little bit weird, huh? Yeah, the fuffles at the top. Yeah, sure. And again, Silver doesn't have any issue with it. She didn't say anything. She didn't talk to her quote-unquote manager. I'm just saying. Yeah. The frilly top too with the bootstraps. Yes, I do think the frilly bootstrap. This is funny. The bootstraps at the top. Sure, I can absolutely see that. But did Silver... Did she say anything about that? Did she ever talk about it? Did she ever express her insecurities about how Cinder is like copying her or whatever? You know, like I feel like she doesn't. I don't think so. I could be wrong. Yeah, she's chill as a cucumber. Exactly. She's chilling like a villain. She won. She won. She's the winner. So now she's going after Spite, who is, by the way, far smaller than her. Like, far, far smaller than her. Without evidence, I saw it and I thought she might have copied me, but I never did anything about it than voice my frustrations with Red. I didn't want to start drama with anyone, and I didn't have ownership over the fire as a design detail. The references for the ripped shirt and shorts and outfit on my bikini model was given to Nano in June of 2022 with the purpose of having a cover-up outfit that would be safe for Twitch. The merch art she's referring to was designed around my concept of my fire changing blue. The fact that the rest of the art was grayscale was the artist's choice. It was going onto the back of a hoodie, and I didn't have a say, or at least I didn't counter that being the final decision. There was no intention to deliberately look like Spite with this piece. Unfortunately, both my Angel and Sleepy outfits being similar to outfits Spite has done in the past was just a coincidence. I had always planned to one day make an Angel counterpart to my Demon outfit when it was being made in 2023, and my original reference sheet laid the groundwork for that idea. I've never liked theming anything around my brand in a religious light, so I chose to make my Angel form more Greek Valkyrie than biblical, which also gives it a similar look to my Demon form. The Sleepy outfit was a last-minute decision to pivot from a fully new 3.0 model because I had the opportunity to work with gamer subs on an AFK flavor. Valkyries are Norse? Wait, actually, yeah, Greek Valkyries are not a thing. Yeah, just a coincidence, chat. Chat, are you familiar with the term projection? Because in Red's DMs, he was just shitting on Spite for copying Cinder, but in reality, it was just a coincidence that it was the other way around. Very people, I'm scratching my chin a little bit. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Alright. I mean, this is also, I mean, again, it's all like puzzle pieces falling into place. One thing happens and then another thing happens, and it makes me think that other things are not a coincidence based on other things happening at the same time. You know, like once, shame on me, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you, fool me twice, fool me 3 times. Like, I don't know, man. Spite never should have received the hate comments over her outfit or any comments comparing us or belittling her because of my existence, and I never advocated for anyone to do so, especially given my experience. Hold on, I have a really funny Twitter post too that kind of tacks onto the fact that Cinder is also in the past been very malicious to smaller people. An ASMR YouTube streamer person, I don't know who they are, I glanced over this and they quote tweeted Bao. They did an ASMR where they did a Lonely Hellhound thing. And apparently John Silva Art replied to it in 2021 and said, "You're cringe." And they found out before they turned off who gets to like things on Twitter, her manager and Cinder liked the post. Again, this doesn't mean that this is all like, oh, it's not a coincidence. It's kind of telling of the character. Okay? Yes, liking a comment saying that this person is cringe for making a ASMR, and then the manager comments it too, and then the manager follows you, by the way, as well. Kinda weird, chat. Spite also brought up another creator who reached out about her experience with me, and I can only assume it's Nyan Tails. Oh, my bad. Okay, never mind. They are an ASMR artist who at one point posted a Hellhound OC for their upcoming ASMR videos, undoubtedly created using me as a reference. How do you know that? Undoubtedly created using me as a reference. What do you mean? What, you own the Hellhound copyright? What? Jesus Christ, man. And at any rate, do you think people don't copy Silver's design? Let's be realistic. You are a massive, streamer. Of course there's people that's gonna be copying you. Do you guys remember the Shy Lily copycat? Proof? Yeah, again, proof? Where's the proof? Where's the receipts? This was right after my debut, and like I said, I was very protective of my design elements being unique to me, and I overreacted. Shortly after, I apologized, and they agreed to adjust the character design and thought the matter was settled. Proof? Where? Receipts? By the way, chat, no fucking receipts! 0 receipts! 0! The whole time! No pictures! Just trust me, bro. Just trust me. At the very start of my online career, I was a girlfriend, experienced ASMR artist. Before I started my channel, I had gotten into listening to roleplay audios myself, of course, yeah, sure. I had always been a shut-in throughout high school and college, and I wasn't happy with where my life and my relationship were at the time. I thought that your boyfriend was there at the start? I'm just... okay. After uploading my first few audios on my channel, started growing fast. This was the first time I was inundated with so many people wanting to know me and talk to me, and I got lost in the excitement of it all. Okay, excitement of it all. Getting people not wanting to talk to me. Not fully come to terms with these messages being because of the kind of content I was making. I was immature and inexperienced with how to conduct myself online. I have never had many IRL friends and had met Brainy doing ASMR. I quickly became comfortable chatting with him about everything, divulging my grievances about my personal life when I shouldn't have. I cheated on my boyfriend Rainy in these conversations, flirting and sexting. I used Rainy for emotional comfort and sexual fantasy while I let my real life relationship collapse. But you're still with him. But you're still with him. Not the NTR portion, chat. This is actual NTR. Why is this going into the apology, by the way? You could have just not addressed it. Can I just say this for the record? You could have said nothing. You could have said nothing. Why? Why did you have to include this? When I was watching Scoo's stream, we were all like, why did you, like, this is kind of funny, but like at the same time, why did you make this like a, I need to out Cinder for like sexting or whatever? Because Rainy released the Google Doc? Who the fuck cares? Just don't acknowledge it. cares? You already admitted to having a boyfriend. Why do you have to explicitly say, like, yeah, I cheated on my boyfriend, who is also still my boyfriend to this day? It's just, I don't know. Anyway. It was my dissatisfaction with my personal life and escaping into messages with someone else who I found through content focused around girlfriend and boyfriend roleplay. It was never about climbing the ladder with Rainey, and I found that being his takeaway from why I moved on was baffling. By the time I was ready to debut as Cinder, I wanted to leave that in the past. Still to this day, I regret my decisions. I've been living with it since, and I was lucky to be able to mend my relationship after this. Chat, she said she's very lucky to remedy her relationship. That's kind of odd because earlier you said you're gonna work out things privately, so you're lucky to like be with him despite you not knowing if you want to be with him, as you said yourself in the first paragraph of this apology. Sure sounds like you have no intention of dumping him. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe get her life in order first, holy mess. I think you went into being a content creator with a lot of baggage and now it's blowing up in your face. Sure sounds like you're trying to divert all the blame, all the blame onto Red. This is just the vibes I'm getting at the end of the day. You're using Red as a scapegoat to avoid accountability. It sure sounds like the guy that hurt all those people is gonna continue profiting in the background from the money you make as Cinder. I don't know, man. It's really sus. My boyfriend made me do this Google Doc. I don't know. We don't know at the end of the day. Okay, this is a really big one. Peaches is the one that outed her for having a boyfriend because she knew her back in 2020. And lastly, I want to address Peaches. This is a very big problem I have, and I'm sure many others in my position do too. At the end of the day, I am one person. I am one person working on multiple projects with multiple companies, talking to dozens of people, and streaming for hours almost every day. But didn't you say that you... Bro, who proofread this apology? Hold the phone. You're not one person, you're two people. No, but like, you just said at the start, am I crazy? No, am I actually insane? Did I like, I'm getting gaslit by this document, like actually. She said, I am the person that does the streaming, my boyfriend does all the freaking business. What? No, I'm like actually gonna like choke myself out with a rope. I'm actually getting lost. I have ADHD. I don't remember what was like said. Like I'm trying to keep a track of it. Okay. All right. Where was I? Streaming for hours almost every day. I've never had a big social battery and I get tired very easily when interacting with people. Okay, sure. I haven't had much energy at all over the past year, leading me to take frequent naps. I've literally been able to keep up with my closest handful of friends on a frequent basis. Friends. Friends. Let alone everyone else. Red has always been a big help in keeping up with things, but he doesn't do everything. But he does everything in terms of businesses, right, chat? Okay. I'm so sorry I made you feel forgotten, Peaches. I've always cherished your friendship, and I was incredibly excited to meet you in Paris. I'm so grateful for everything you've done for me, and I've never thought to purposefully drop you just because I could. I'm sorry. I know I've made a lot of people feel forgotten and ignored. It's so easy to get caught up in projects or what I'm doing. Well, I have the energy to do it that people fall by the wayside. I understand the feelings of those who resent me over this, and all I can say is I'm sorry. Chat, Red doesn't do everything for me, but he did do all the things that hurt my friends and not me. No, I had no idea. Yeah. Yeah, very convenient, yeah. I don't deserve to be able to contact everyone involved directly to personally apologize, so I'll do it here and chance they read it. To Nano, I'm sorry I let everything get to this point and entertain the thought of you working with me exclusively. That's not fair to you. I wouldn't be here without you. I wouldn't have been able to do what most of what I've already done without you. Can I reiterate that Nano said that they didn't want to pay her an exclusivity fee and that she should just cut people out no matter what? Yeah. I felt overly attached to our relationship over the last 4 years, and I loved working so much that I wanted to make myself exclusive to your art. And I should never sought those feelings to be reciprocated. Everything you've worked on me for was always perfect, and I lost sight of everyone else around me have felt. I had no intention of pressuring you into anything, but looking back on my cloud of judgment, I can see how my messages felt that way. When I talked about how my models helped you improve, I meant that looking back on how far we've come together. That's also not true. I saw screenshots of them saying, oh, well, without us having you learn how to cut the rigs and learn how to make art better, you wouldn't have come this far without us. I saw the messages themselves. Also, I'm pretty sure it was Red that read that message, or wrote that message. It wasn't Cinder. So is this Red or Cinder talking? God, I'm losing my fucking voice. Rinder. Oh my god. We've been friends for so long and cheered each other on. When we both started growing, gave more opportunities. You'd be my exclusive artist for all full live 2D models for the majority of the time as a VTuber. And of course I would have been sad if you didn't want to continue that relationship. But in all of our private DMs, I was okay with you ultimately doing what was best for yourself. I saw you as someone I trusted and loved and wanted to make sure you were still taking care of yourself with all the projects you took on, mine or otherwise. I never saw you as just a business partner. I thought I was reassuring you. I'd always be understanding. Blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry what I put you through. To Bao. This is a big one. This is a big one. Red literally said that Bao's songs are a flop and that Cinder's shit's better. I don't know, man. Chat, like, this is one of the most monumental blunders in VTuber history. Let's say you want to be a ruthless businesswoman, and you think that all your growth is tied to your, like, your new model debuts. And let's say it actually does hurt your business when other VTubers, like your friends, book slots with Nano, which means, like, your models that you have planned get delayed, which hurts your growth. Let's assume that's the case. Then offer her a fucking retainer fee. Pay her a monthly fee to only work with you in addition to the cost of the models. But no, you didn't do that. You gaslit her and try to make her think like she's the reason you got where you are today. It's disgusting. Like, it's so sad. I'm sorry, Belle. I mean, Nano. Yeah. I don't know, man. Alright, let me read this Bao one. Sorry, I just had to throw that in there. Oh, gosh, what a doozy. To Bao, since the start, I've always admired and how genuine you've always been to everyone. I wouldn't be here without you either. I'm disgusted myself for buying into the narrative that my friends were competition. I've never had such genuine friendships in my life, especially with you. Genuine friendships. We've gotten to know each other so well and in person. You've already been through so much, and the last thing I wanted to do is cause you more harm, but I did. I'm sorry for not reaching out sooner about these ideas that were put into my head. I wish we would have been able to talk about this too. I didn't know about the severity of things that have been said and theorized about my own friends behind my back until now. Girlfriend and boyfriend. Boyfriend says stuff about Bao. No idea. Yeah, sure. Okay. It's my fault for not realizing the things Red was saying about you. The countless friendships I've made here within the last several years mean so much more to me than him and the business side of things, and his way of thinking. Throwing him under the bus again. No amount of popularity or money means more to me than the relationships I've built in this community. I've always been myself, whether it be on stream or in person. I hope the friends I've made can understand I'd never condone this behavior or any of the things that were said about my friends. I've always wanted everyone around me to thrive and find happiness. I can't stress enough about how disappointed I am that I didn't see this sooner, until I got to a breaking point. I'm sorry, Val. It's just business, lady. Yeah, we got ads coming up. I'm gonna pause. I'm not gonna keep reading the apologies. We're gonna let the ads run and then I'll get back to it, okay? This is such a doozy. I'm getting sick just reading this shit. I am so sorry to anyone that's directly affected by this. This is actually the most heinous shit I've seen in a long time. This is sad. ChatGPT apology? I don't think so. I don't think so. No, this doesn't read like a ChatGPT apology. Genuinely, it doesn't. I'm getting WoW drama PTSD from this. Yeah! Yeah, kinda. She got Silvervale's bottle canceled on her birthday. Yes, yes, I know. It's so sad. I love Silver. That breaks my heart. And I remember seeing the bow model too, like the teaser of it, and I felt so bad. When we just never heard about it again, and then this apology and then, you know, this drama happened. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, let me sit up, dude. Oh, this is so wild, man. Bow's not buying it. Guys, I know. Let me read it for myself first. I know. I know. Let me figure it out. Worst part is Nano's gonna eat a lot of money lost from this. I disagree. I think Nano's gonna be fine. If anything, I think there's gonna be more people that commission Nano as a result. Yeah. I wouldn't say that. She'll have more customers, yeah, I'm sure. I would love to be one of them. But again, I don't wanna do this because I'm addressing this and I don't want it to be perceived or like looked at like, oh, Alana wants her model now. I actually asked in December of 2024 and she said, no, sorry, I'm really busy for the next 2 years. And I'm like, fuck, okay. Yeah, I have receipts. I don't want to, you know, leak DMs for no reason, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I asked her. This was before. Yeah. All red, I telling you? I don't know, man. Show your Google Doc! I don't have any, thankfully. Yeah. Red blocked Alana! I don't know! I don't know, okay? I'm not gonna speculate and start schizo posting and saying like, oh my god, I asked Nano for a model. I don't know, maybe she just like blocked like everyone and, you know, she's busy. Yeah. Yeah, we're just waiting for ads. Hold on, we got another minute. I'll keep going. Google Docky! Yeah. She should try to make amends by talking to them one-on-one instead of writing this shit. The girls that were betrayed, they very well could have blocked her and not have access to Sinder. Yeah. The only document Alana got is the one written on fat rolls on her belly. It tells the past, present, and future of Cinder in red. Okay. Alright, ads are over. Thank you. Why are you guys laughing? That wasn't even that funny! I'll have you know, I'm down to 450 pounds. Yeah. You're a funny little guy, chat. You're a funny little guy. Okay. Oh, Lumi DM'd me. Ah, Lumi. I'll reply later. I gotta focus. I'm cooked. Okay, this is the big one. This is the big one, chat. To bow, since the start, I've always admired and now genuine. Wait, I already read this. Fuck. Dude, I'm so cooked. I apologize. No, we're up to sack. We're up to sack. We're up to sack. To sack. This is the video editor. The music video editor. I love getting to chat with you in person and absolutely loved all the hard work you put into the boss rush. Boss Rush song! I was so grateful to hear you were on board to edit the music video. I don't remember exactly why the stream got pushed back, but I definitely wouldn't have put the blame on you, knowing about how soon the deadline was when you started working on it. I was so thankful for your willingness to complete the project despite everything, and the quality of how it turned out was incredible. I can't believe how Red talked about you, especially after all the effort you put in for me. I'm so sorry for everything that's happened. To Cotton and Lily, I'm so sorry you had to get dragged into this. It's my fault I let it get this far, but I hope you can believe me when I say I had no knowledge of Red bringing you up in Nano's DMs. I just learned about this all myself, and there could have been so many other friends affected by this narrative that things always had to be competitive. If I knew Red was trying to exclude specific friends in this exclusivity deal, I would have spoken up. None of my friendships are worth sacrificing over an art piece. Except when that art piece makes you more money. Can I just say that? I'll be the dickhead in the room. It makes you more money to get more art done by Nano. Yeah, like really, like what are we talking about? Yeah. I loved being your friend and all the memories we've shared, and I hope someday you can forgive me for allowing this to happen. To Silver. Since the start, I love that I saw someone else. I love that I saw someone else sharing so many similar interests to me, and I thought maybe someday we could talk about it and be good friends. I was blinded by all those hate comments around me calling your lesser half. I hate the person I've become towards you. I tried reaching out some time ago to try and start up a friendly conversation to change things and make things right, say hi to you at conventions, and support your endeavors. But despite all that, I was still being eaten alive by my own doubts and fear or harassment. I was pressured by the community as a whole to try reaching out to collaborate since I got those messages so often comparing us, and I hoped we could work something out. The photo of me at the meet and greet was taken candidly, and I thought it looked so cute, and I posted without asking you, which is wrong of me. I was so wrong for letting everyone get in my head about all those malicious feelings. I'm so sorry for any opportunities I've taken away from you. I'm sorry, Silver. Yo, Cinder, you need to stop reading 4chan. Stop ego-searching yourself on 4chan or, like, Twitter or whatever. Yeah. You have got to get a grip, man. The ultimate one guy? Yes, man. I'm sorry I had assumed things about your design, Spite, that weren't true, and I'm sorry you've been harassed by commenters and you need to compare us, and apologize for the way Red spoke to you about Red spoke about you to Nano. You didn't deserve any of this, Spite. I'm sorry. Yo, Kitsu, thank you. Thank you for the raid. What's up? Yeah, we're just going over the apology by Cinder because it happened while I was trying to go over it, man. This is insane. Why the small apology? Oh, because she's the smallest streamer. She doesn't have as much, like... No, like, actually, though? Yo, like, one of my mods is like, actually, he's like, why is it so small? It's because she's the smallest streamer out of everyone, that's why. I'm not gonna lie, if I was sociopathic enough and this happened, I would at least try to balance it out and make it as big as, like, everyone else's to some extent. I'm just saying, and also, this is the worst one by far in terms of, like, you copied my design and, like, you basically copied my idea and I'm sorry and I was really defensive and I also had people hating on you for no reason. I feel like this is like one of the worst ones. To Peaches, I'm sorry it made me seem like I was ignoring or ghosting you. I was so happy we had the opportunity to meet in person. I was apologetic with how busy things were for me at the time. I wanted to spend more time with you, but as I got more and more DMs and messages, everything became so overwhelming, and I've always had a low social battery. And then it made it so hard for me to keep up to date. Well, my friends have never had any ill feelings towards you, and I still don't. To Rainy! The fingering guy! The fingering guy! You were the first person I met as an ASMR artist. During a time where I was immature and vulnerable, I ended up being consumed by the content I was making, and it led me to making awful decisions I still think about and regret. I was not in a good spot at the time. I've hated myself for this kind of behavior, and it took a long time for me to move on from what happened. Yeah, it's the finger me guy, man. I have no excuses. I'm sorry you were dragged into my drama, and I'm sorry how I made you feel after I just wanted to close the book on things. Did she ever tell her boyfriend that she cheated on him, or is just finding out? We don't know, but let's just assume he already knows. I'm sorry to my Pyro Pups and my mods for expecting me to lead by a better example than this. I'm sorry to the VTuber community for looking towards me as someone to aspire to. I'm sorry to Kaiser, who's put his heart and soul into everything he's ever done for me, and not talking to you about how I felt. Chad, I'm sorry to the dozens of artists that have put their hard work into me, and I'm sorry to the rest of my friends who I've let down. I've led a bad example. I don't expect forgiveness. I've made many mistakes over my 5 years on the internet, and I'm only one person living one life, and I get for the first time. Oh my god. And I get for the first and only time like everyone else. As I said at the start, I ended up developing an extremely unhealthy work-life balance, and the harm Red has caused with the way he viewed things is irreparable. I just find it so hard to believe you're in a relationship and you live together and you just don't know what's going on. Whatever. The way I've been perceiving things lately is not how I want to view the world moving forward, and this goes to show there's a lot I need to address and improve if I'm to continue being a creator. I'm devastated that the friendships so special to me may understandably never be mended again. I love my job and I love all the friends I've had. Thank you for reading, Cinder. It's irreparable, Chad. But we're figuring out, like, what's wild to me is that at the start it's about how they're figuring it out privately, but the things that he said to my friends on my behalf essentially are irreparable. He definitely won't continue to profit off my work, trust me. You know, it's so Jover. You think so, chat? You think so? He definitely won't be hate fucking me after this, Teehee. Tomix, you're a mod, you can't say that! You can't! I'm sorry, you're not sorry! Jesus Christ! I didn't say that, man. I didn't say that. I feel bad because at the end of the day, I know it's not confirmed that they're living together and that it's their private problem or whatever, but you can't be in a relationship for 5 years and not live together. Like, come on, then it's not a relationship. 5 years? I'm putting my hands up. What the fuck do I know? I'm a fucking virgin. I'm a loser who plays World of Warcraft. Yeah. She can come back from this, but I don't expect to collab with the girls anytime soon. I gotta go through the responses. I have to. Yeah, like, we have to go through this. And to top it off, chat, it honestly kind of feels like... It honestly does feel like Red wrote this apology, not gonna lie. Or had, like, a very heavy hand in it. I just don't really buy it. Like, throughout the entirety of the document, she constantly references and blames Red, but, like, she says, we'll figure it out privately. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm putting my hands up. I don't know. I'm not clairvoyant. I'm not a god. It's like he wrote it and she fixed it. No. No. I don't know about that. I don't think it's about fixing. I think there's a lot more to it than that. But I wanted to address some people's responses that were directly affected. Like Bao. Bao says, how can you say you didn't know? I showed you both my base model sketch from Nano at WeebCon. We walked on stage and performed together. You were in the group chat where I shared my sadness over Nano suddenly canceling my model. After we were close to begin live 2D and rigging, and to now find out that just the day before I shared my sadness, this is the conversation that happened that ruined months of debut prep, planning, merch, and preparation. If you want to apologize to me, please do it properly and stop hiding behind Red. Yeah, we saw this. Did you cancel the models? I'm scared to cancel Bao. You shouldn't be. She has so many connections. She'll find someone super fast. Did you already design her outfit? Smoge, Nano had to drop me as a client because her work schedule is too hectic. Oh shit, she dropped the doc, man. She dropped the fucking girly pop group chat. The Google Docky Walkie. She's so valid for this, by the way. This is so sad, man. Yikes! No, I'd be heartbroken too, chat. Like, for reference, I would be devastated. I would be absolutely destroyed. And then to find out that the girl that I was trying to be friends with told my artist not to. Okay, let's look over it. I'm gonna refresh it since it's been a little bit. Mamma mia, look at that ratio. 3,400 comments to 5,000 likes. 1.5 million views! What? Buff Puff says fuck off. Ooh. I had no involvement or knowledge, as if partners don't tell everything to each other. This is what I'm saying about that. Like, I brought this up too, like, as if boyfriend and girlfriend don't tell each other every single little thing. You're blaming him to save yourself. I'm so disappointed in you both. Shame on you for the pain to have caused all your friends just so you can be the best. This is so sad. I'm so disappointed. That was disappointing to read. As creators, we're responsible for our own brand and image. We're responsible for the relationships we maintain and how we treat others. When you're calling out for your wrongdoings, it's always best to take accountability for your own actions. No excuses, no manipulation, no redirection. Thank you, Ellie. Jesus, dude. This is so fucking sad. It's just boyfriend business. Mistakes, jealousy, and losing control are understandable. You can grow from them, but betrayal is different. It shows you're willing to sacrifice close friends whether it's convenient, and no business should ever justify saying that. Elena says, this is someone you supposedly loved and worked close with as a team for years. Man, actually true, though. I can't imagine for the sake of an online image throwing someone away so effortlessly, claiming you didn't know what they were doing. And it's for 5 freaking years. There's just no way. People have falling outs, people piss each other off, people end up not clicking or having misunderstandings. I get that, but dude, you were at the top. Thank you! Comparing yourself when you were at the top! I feel like some people really discredit the fact that Sinder was quite literally the biggest VTuber, indie VTuber, that would go online and just trump everyone. Uncontested. Except for maybe Iron Mouse, but that's like, bro, you had everything. You had a massively supportive community. A group of girls who stuck by you. You're a partial owner of a company. People would die to be there where you're at, and you actively sabotage the people closest to you, as well as the creators that had nothing to do with you. I always looked up to how hard you worked and how much you kept a good head on your shoulders being where you're at, but damn, dude. We're not all perfect, and this is a clear example of being a human. We make mistakes. I just hope in time you're able to take ownership of that and not put it on someone else. Cinema. 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 Absolute cinema. Cinema. Feeling insecure is rough, and it's hard to treat people right when that happens. I think you did the right thing by being open about your feelings. Even if not everyone will be okay with it, I hope it can help you and your friends can heal. He hasn't been talked to extensively about the situation. Oh. Yeah. This pose is kind of stinky, not gonna lie. I wouldn't salt you like some others here, but this is definitely a bad move. My wife and I have been together for a shorter amount of time than you two, and she knows about just about everything I do, so total ignorance is hard to believe. Trying to transfer blame is a bad look. Also, J-Maz, his wife doesn't, is not in charge of their content. That's the other thing. Like, Red and Cinder are in the business together. I'm very disappointed in you, a response you wrote, to be honest. It's very difficult to believe that you really didn't know what was going on and that you threw your significant other under the bus to make yourself look better. Was really sad to see. It left a bitter taste in many people's mouths. I think taking a step back and taking time reflecting on everything wild would be the best thing to do. When I briefly helped with your 1.0 model, you were so kind, including me in the credits, and even though I was involved as much, it was always stuck with me and left a positive impression on me. I believe you can do better. Not my place to forgive you, but it's not late to do the right thing and prove to your viewers that you are genuine. Damn. Damn. Damn, boy. Yeah. Disappointed in reading this. Who else? Shakai, Suika. God damn, dude. Just want to let you know that it took me around 30 minutes to read the whole thing, and I think I lost both my voice and my sanity. It rated a 3 out of 10. Oh my god, man. I'm sorry, but I find it crazy that you blame most of this on Red, and even more so, avoided even mentioning the relationship. But most of all, this is all you have to say to Spite after she went through it. Thank you! Someone else fucking says it too. She got the shortest one because she's got the smallest viewers. Yep. Yeah, disappointing. Not my spot to accept this. Actions speak louder than words. Oh my god. Oh my lord, man. Dude, fuck off, actually. Chat, this is my response. This is my response to this. I don't even have words, I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. This is actually just like, I'm witnessing history happen. Chronically online history, but history nonetheless. Stop fighting! What do you mean, stop fighting? This isn't about fighting, this is pathetic. This wasn't an apology. No, Camilla, no. might get fucking copyright hit for this. Damn. True. She's going for the throat, man. Damn, bro. Holy schmuckamoles, man. Holy. That's very personal. Well, she was close to Sinder, man. I have no horse in this race, ultimately. It's just a bunch of people that I know, right? Like, we're on talking terms, but I don't know Sinder at all. Yeah. Goodness gracious me. Yeah. 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 How can you post such memes? Very easily. What do you mean? I just did. Yeah. Someone linked this just now. Cinder, this is like me saying I have zero insight into things Zolan does on my behalf. Come on. Yeah, Victoria is married to Zolan, and he is also like her manager. She's got a good point. I didn't even think of that, to be honest. True and real. Real shit. Yeah. No, they don't talk. Like, yeah, they really don't talk. Like, they just have dinner. They never talk about business. They don't talk about what happened on stream that day. Like, really? Really, girl? Yeah. No, we don't talk. What a day. What a day, chat. Goodness. Yeah. Okay. I gotta go over more documents. It won't be as much because it will be repeats of stuff that we already went over. I'll try and skim over it. Lily just dropped. Oh my god, fuck me. Oh my god, cheese and crackers. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, please. Where? Oh, here. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my. Okay. We gotta see what the orca has to say. The absolute audacity to sit here and continue to manipulate and gaslight is absolute insanity. The pain and mental torment you've caused to the ones closest and most supportive of you has been devastating, and I have never been so heartbroken and hurt so badly for my friends. You are the fakest person I've ever had the displeasure of supporting. Holy orca predator, just going for the throat, thrashing her around. Holy shit. Reading and hearing of how you've really viewed me behind my back, not just through screenshots of your man. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm fucking sinking in my chair. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit, your man. Your man. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh shit. Woo! Yo, orca killer whale. Cheese and crackers, man. What your man was up to when everyone who shared even a single... Wait. Oh my god. Oh, shit. My bad, my bad, my bad. I skipped a part. Reading and hearing of how you've really viewed me behind my back, not just through screenshots of your man, but also your very own messages, while having to sit here and read through this bullshit lies you spin, make me want to vomit. You know, ambergris from Wales is really expensive. It's like whale vomit. Man, to claim that you didn't know a single thing and had zero awareness of what your man was up to when everyone who shared even a single moment with you knows that you basically operate as the same person, sharing every waking moment while loving to jump at the slightest opportunity to turn into your most slanderous self as soon as the opportunity was given, even when talking about your friends is sickening. Oh my god. Lily, I'm sorry, man. That's fucked up. She's dropping the fucking lore right now. You killed her! I have experienced your own actions without red in a situation where in your own screenshotted words you express a pressure to live up to what Lily is, and proceeded to throw one of your most loyal and supportive friends under the bus after months of continuous planning just because you consistently chose business over friends, never feeling bad for failing them. Where is it? Where is it? Chat. They were all in the group chat, bro. Just to earn the bag and compete with me over V-Card collab that you rescheduled to be on the exact date your friend needed you to keep an important promise. You actively lied about it to them instead of blaming me for the collab. You rescheduled, adding me to the pool of excuses to save your ass when you realized you were being a bad friend. Oh my god. Yeah, they did reschedule the collab. I remember that. Because V-Card dropped and they were supposed to do one together since they're both the poster children for it. Oh my god, dude. Why blame me for choosing to miss an obligation you agreed to on one of the most important days in that friend's career? Everything you do is out of competition through your constant need to one-up the people who are the sole reason you even have these opportunities and platforms to earn from to begin with. You're welcome, by the way! Oh, man. Lily, you're an orca VTuber, but you didn't have to, like, go for the throat like that. You're, like, thrashing her in the water. Jesus Christ. Pardon my French. She just mag dumped her ass. Oh my god. That's an understatement. You claim that it's just business. Well, in the business world, there has to be accountability, and all you've done is try and shove it away and admit to nothing. In true narcissistic fashion, you're only feeling sorry about yourself and your own consequences in your career to try and salvage it. I'm sorry for everyone who looked up to you as an inspiration. I'm especially sorry for your fans. Pyro pups deserve better. Oh man, she did not like hold back on this at all. She popped the fuck off. That's crazy, dude. This is insane. I didn't expect it to be this, like... This isn't even being vicious, it's just like, you know, just being real, you know? Fucking Aethel, dude. Oh my god. She's gonna get ratioed! Oh my god, she's gonna get ratioed. Like, actually. Oh my god. I mean, she's just saying what people are thinking right now. Again, I read this whole thing. You guys watched me read it, and the whole time, I genuinely thought the whole time that there was a lot of holes to be poked in, and backtracking and saying, oh, I'm sorry, but like, it's kind of like, I'm sorry I got caught kind of deal, you know? Oh my god. Oh no. Not the ukulele chat. Who did this? You fucking criminal. You fucking criminal. I ought to put you in jail for this. I thought mine one was fucking strong. Chat, I do have to wonder how's GamerSupps gonna handle this, cause like, I think they're gonna have to probably cut out Sinder. I don't know. Yeah, they can vote her out. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I'm not a business person in that sense. Yeah. Look at Russian Badger's post. I follow him. It should have popped up for me. Can you link it? Yeah. Yeah. You almost already ratioed Sinder with your reply? No. What? Oh my god. Oh my god, we on X Games. Chat, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting overstimulated. I ain't gonna hold you. Wait! Actually... No! No! Okay, hold on. Nah, no. Oof. She deleted it? No, what? Man. Alicia too? Oh yeah, Alicia! When is the real apology to people? Because this document is mostly shoving blame onto your boyfriend. Accountability and apologies begin with admitting what you've done. Pretending you didn't know what was saying is a lie. The screenshots show your knowledge. You provided no screenshot. Same with the outfit ID in regards to spy. Screenshots and proof. I know, I said this too. I'm like, where's the proof? Where is the source? Pull a barf? I'm about to fucking pull a go to Home Depot. I can't, man. Yo, Baxter, what's up? Yo, welcome on in. You know exactly what we're talking about. What the fucky is uppy, bro? Shy Lily has ratioed Cinder. It's been 11 minutes. At the end of the day, it's not about ratioing or numbers, because this is how we got into this situation, chat. At the end of the day, if you really think about it, this is how we got into this mess. We care. Cinder and her manager, boyfriend, care so much about numbers. I don't care about numbers. It's fantastic to have great numbers, but throwing your friends under the bus, I don't know, man. I could never do that. What the fucky is uppy? Badger was crashing out last time I checked on Twitter, but I deleted it, I guess. I can't find it now. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. If you repost this, what? Yeah, I wonder what Schlatt thinks of all this. Is he like, oh my god, the women are fighting? Because doesn't Schlatt own GamerSupps? He's like, oh my god, the women are fighting my business! Oh my god. To think that Filian had a funeral 2 weeks ago, now Cinder needs one for real. My god. Chat, at the end of the day, what did we learn? Never say sorry unless you mean it. Oh my god, dude. This is crazy, man. Hold on, I gotta reply to something. Is there even more? No, is Silvervale gonna... Yeah. Is Silver gonna reply to this, I wonder? Is she awake? It's just business, bro. Yeah. Okay. I do want to finish this up a little bit. We'll talk about Cinder, not Cinder. Cheese and crackers. I'm so sorry. We'll talk about Spite. We'll talk about Spite and Silver, since we did talk about Bao, but this one's very interesting because she actually has like actual receipts. Yeah, let's go Spite. Let's show some support. I'll read this. I want to start by saying please do not send any hate to anyone involved in this. I want to speak about my experiences and give more clarity on these experiences. First and foremost, my love and admiration goes out to Nanoly for having the courage to bring this to light. Artists are the backbone of the community, and taking advantage of our good-willed personality is saddening to see. I want to take the time to address what has been brought to light involving myself and what I've experienced over the years that coincide with these events. To put it in perspective, Spite has been around for a way longer time than Cinder has. Just so we're clear, there's visuals on the screen. I can see why people are like, oh my god, oh, she looks like Cinder. But Spite has been doing it for a way longer time than she has. In this screenshot, the VTuber that is being talked about is very clearly me since the beginning of my VTuber journey. It has been written in my backstory and lore that I'm the daughter of Cerberus, and through an unforeseen summoning mishap, the Greek goddess Hecate. I don't know how to say those words, so I apologize. As many may know, Cerberus is a species of hellhound, and I've incorporated the number 3 in my designs to follow the 3 heads of Cerberus in my early design, and when artists were still learning new model and rigging techniques, I had opted for 2 other wolf heads on my shoulders as pauldrons to symbolically represent my other 2 heads. Okay. However, the repeated comments, if you're Cerberus, where are the other 2 heads, had pushed me to use the broader term hellhound at the time. Fast forward 2 months to a year into my journey, and I started to receive harassment and berating comments and chat messages on Twitch and YouTube videos comparing me to Cinder and putting me down for being a hellhound. Oh my god. Poor girl, man. Fuck. For being a... Yeah, that sounds familiar. Yeah, for sure. Sad, dude. Very sad. Thankfully, again, I'll put this on record, I've only had a few crazed fans here and there compare me to Cinder. It's not... I am not one of those that got harassed relentlessly like Spite or other people. Making the definitive switch to Cerberus label brought me a sense of relief because the last thing I wanted was to be constantly compared and harassed at this point. I didn't want to be associated with her due to all the negativity that was being thrown away. This is the DM that they were talking about. We already went over this. There was one dedicated, I think it was Spite fan or someone she knew that would comment on these clips saying, like, when are you going to clip Spite? Only on Cinder clips. It's funny because she used to call herself a hellhound, but stopped when Cinder grew past her and now uses Cerberus or Serpup or whatever her lore says. Now she's rebranded, blah 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 blah. Hi, Uvadugu, much pussy. What's up? Yes, nice headcanon, bro, thank you. As for the claims of unfollowing her and taking her ideas, I debuted my 2.0 Live 2D model May 14th, 2022. On the same day, she decided to post her debut announcement for her 1.0 Live 2D model. Leading up to this time, I didn't know who Cinder was at all. I had no idea she had fire in her ears or she was another hellhound. The creator space is broad, and I still stumble across creators larger than myself that I had not heard of before. I never once stole her ideas. All I ever wanted was to try and be unique in my own way, so these claims that I was following her and then unfollowing her and stealing her ideas are absolutely baseless and uncalled for. She has a receipt here, May 3rd, 2022, and then Cinder, May 14th, 2022. Looks sus. Looks sus. Her posting her debut announcement trailer the same day as my 2.0 debut seemed odd, but I shrugged it off as a coincidence because things happen. However, this wasn't the last time something like this had happened. There have been multiple times where I have done something and either the same day or shortly after I was made aware or had discovered later that something similar had been posted, making me feel like I was being watched constantly. I tried my best to believe that it was coincidental and not ill intent on their part. There were many times when I designed a new outfit that I was really excited for, but afterwards Cinder would release outfits and models similar to it. I didn't think much of it at first because it is normal to have similarities or shared inspirations with other creators. The VTubing community is a huge space and similarities are normal. I'm not speaking to whether my designs were taken as direct references for hers. I'm addressing the need for the unprovoked tweets mentioned in the screenshots above and showing that I made statements to make... What the fuck, what? What? What did I miss? Vabe just delivered a blow to Cinder. Okay, let me finish this paragraph. I'm addressing the need for unprovoked tweets mentioned in the screenshot above, showing that I made the statements to make it clear that I was not stealing ideas. How can I copy something that was released, teased, revealed after my own? On July 20th, 2022, my model mama and I worked on a comfy goth girl outfit. I had rips in my t-shirt, a D-string, shorts, cuffs, and spiked wrist cuffs. 2 weeks after Cinder debuted a similar outfit, I included the earliest image that I could find of Cinder with this outfit. I received many negative comments about my design from people assuming that I just copied her when I debuted it 2 weeks before hers. I got called an off-brand Cinder, just a bunch of horrible things. July 2022, and this is September 2022. Yeah, it definitely looks fucking weird, look! Wait, look at the little piercings too. And the G-string and the pants. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and the wrists. I can see it, I can see it. Yeah. How much more is left? Ugh, okay. Hold on. I gotta see what Vay said. Oh, Jesus. The old classic, shift the blame onto the boyfriend, fake a breakup, come back single and in therapy, then capitalize on what's left in your community. They deserve better. Based Vay. So powerful. I mean, she's not wrong! No, she's not, though. Like, she's really not wrong. Yeah. That's the old meta? Yeah, I'm sure that everybody will silently forget the Red is her boyfriend, and then we're going to therapy, girls. Anyway, let me finish this. This is in regards to spite. How could you possibly not think that they don't look similar? I think they look similar from an artist's perspective. A black shirt, the G-string, like the cuffs, everything, like the ears too, like geez, man. I discovered this merchandise that she used for Ubu Market had to double down take because of the gray blue skin tone. They used several art pieces. Several people thought it was me, as the similarities speak for themselves, I feel. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, sure. On April 29, 2024, I designed a Greek goddess outfit on stream. I'm a Cerberus VTuber, so it fits my lore completely. I mentioned that I may not be getting a future Greek goddess outfit because it fits my branding. About 4 months ago, Sinder debuted a Heaven Okami-inspired outfit that was white and gold, resembling a Greek goddess. In the background for my debut, she also included Greek columns. At this point, I felt like nothing I could come up with would even be slightly original to me. I'm aware that nothing is completely original, but I still wanted my own identity. Man, this is so sad. That's a bummer, man. Wow. May 29, 2024. 4 months ago. Wait! This was streamed May 29th, 2024. She debuted in January, right? This is January, right? When Cinder did hers? That's wild, man. Dude, that's fucked up. Yeah, December? Okay, well, still, that's like months later. I feel like it's just so weird. On April 20th, 2024, I debuted a new model for my model REVT. I got a hoodie with a cute design on top and has side bangs covering my eyes. On April 4th, 2025, Cinder debuted a sports hoodie with side bangs covering her eyes, similar to mine. I mean, you know, if I grayscale these, 1 second, I'm gonna grayscale these. I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna do something real quick. Let me cook. This is very strong. Remember when we talked about like design differences from other VTubers and how some things can be similar and not be copying at the same time? Yeah, me too. Where is it? Filter. Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. Especially the hair. Yeah, especially the hair. I can see it. I can definitely see how there can be some confusion. Chat, remember, we're not witch hunting. I have to say this, like, this is extremely suspicious. Cinder did indeed do this because of the opportunity with like the AFK flavor with gamer subs. This very well could be a coincidence. Does anybody know who the first one was to do AFK branding? Wasn't it? Wait, who was the first person to do AFK branding? I swear I have to know this, right? No, it was Silver, yeah. Yeah, it was Silver. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Silver. They released their own original line that it wasn't associated with anyone, and then yeah. Yeah, kind of weird. Yeah, kind of weird. Kind of weird. There are some instances that I do not have screenshots of. For example, I remember posting about my first ASMR stream. The day that I was supposed to do said ASMR stream, Cinder plugged her ASMR channel. I thought it was a bit suspect, but I just brushed it off. I don't have screenshots of the comments and bullying that I received from our community. There were too many that it became too much to keep a track of and just started ignoring them. Because I never wanted to save images for their words that hurt me. That's valid. I didn't even want to read the harassing comments in the first place. I just wanted to be left alone and be happy in my own space. I received a DM on January 25th, 2023. I will not disclose who the sender was without their consent. The sender expressed to me that they were getting bullied by Cinder and certain members of the Cinder's community because she too had fire in her ears. I never responded to the DM because I wanted to stay away from drama as much as possible. Hey, you popped up on my feed and can I just say I love your design? I had a rather odd question, I suppose. Have you had any messages from VTuber Cinder regarding your design? This may seem out of nowhere, but I'm only asking because I made an OC like a while back, and I was accused by her and others for stealing her design because my dog girl had flames in the ears, and her fans claimed that it was exclusively her design. I was this whole big ordeal on Twitter, so I wondered if anything similar had happened to you yet. I would like to clarify, I myself am not saying your design looks like hers. I was scrolling, I saw your totally awesome design. When I saw the flames near the ears, I had flashbacks and thought to myself, oh no, so I guess this is just my curiosity getting the best of me. This didn't happen to you, Alana? Yes, but very rarely. I did do an unbanned stream chat where I did unban a few, or permaban a few people that were very, very rude to me. Look, I'll show it to you. Oh my god, it fucking downloaded as a WebP, fucking hell. 1 second. Yeah. Look. Look. This is not even like I'm not even capping. Aren't you ashamed to use Cinder's avatar and Asmongold's content? Can't you afford your own personality and idea? I don't know why I was banned. It was a simple question. I didn't offend anyone. I didn't use any indecent words. There was a few of these here and there, but again, this wasn't like explicit harassment. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm spite and I'm getting hate daily, okay? Yeah. I don't know, we just perma-banned him, but like, whatever. I had another one that was like, oh my god, you're just stealing like Cinder's model, and I just banned him and never thought of anything of it. Yeah. And again, this speaks volumes. Can I just say, I get compared to Kirsche a lot because we're both foxes and we're both white foxes. I never get any hate messages from Kirsche's community. I don't get any. Like, if I have, it's been like so very few and far between in the last 2 years that I can't even pinpoint them. Okay? Because Kirsche very likely doesn't fucking bring it up or say anything bad about me, I would assume, right? Like, I don't watch her streams all the time, but I'm just saying, we're on good terms. But like, I feel like maybe Cinder does somehow rile up her community. Or, at the end of the day, I will play devil's advocate. Cinder is far larger than me and Kirsche combined. There are people that are obviously fucking unhinged and crazy. You can't control people at that level, so I will also say that. I will play devil's advocate for Cinder in this situation. She is massive. You can't control morons and idiots when you have such a massive fucking audience, okay? But anyway, let's go back to Spike. I'm just very sad and disappointed in this situation. I had my suspicions about this, but I've never wanted to be a part of the drama, so I kept quiet. I've also seen what happens when a creator stands up for themselves. Sorry, I'm getting phlegm in the back of my throat from talking so much. I've also seen what happens when a creator stands up for themselves and receives major backlash, even if they're right, so I've never vocalized my concerns. And also, you're far smaller than Cinder, so standing up to her would have been like punching up, and it would have been really, 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 really difficult. Yeah, I feel bad for her, I really do. I've always designed my own models. I've gotten inspiration from Cerberus with the chains and spikes, Disney's Hades, because I call myself a goth GF. I was inspired by Sam and Emma from Danny Phantom. I focused on myself and my friends, and meanwhile I had my eyes on me my whole time. Knowing that I was being watched and talked about poorly really hurts, especially when they never attempted to interact with me. Yeah, of course, why would they? You're like beneath them, right? Haha, smile. Like, oh my god, it's horrible. I did my best to go through and find what I could and get appropriate screenshots. It's crazy because I didn't know who Sinder was until she debuted her live 2D. I just wanted to exist peacefully as a VTuber and spend my time drama-free. I woke up this morning in shock. It's terrifying and hurtful to know that someone would attempt to blacklist me when I've never spoken to them. I hope going forward that no one else has to experience anything like this. Thank you guys for being supportive towards me. I love this community so much. Please go and give my love and support to all those unfortunately involved. Please support Nanoly, who was brave enough to speak up, and the VTubers who were affected. Please support my first model mama, my Wii Live, and my most recent model mama, the wholesome REVT. Thank you for reading this. Can I get a shout out for Spite? That's very sad, man. That's so sad, man. I don't know, again, she probably got a million times more hate than, like, most people, and I never thought badly of Spite, ever. I saw her, but I never was like, oh my god, it's just another Sinder clone. I wonder what's, like, been said behind closed doors that we just don't know of, chat. Like, really, this is what we know. Like, imagine what she said about other people. Or, like, thought about them. My god. Stay away from drama, Alana. Drama, Lana! Drama, Lana! Drama, Lana. It's in my name, man. Oh my god. Like, this is... Honestly, this... Hold on, let me... scroll down. This is one of the more damning articles in my honest opinion. I don't think people understand how fucked up it is that her and Red were unironically talking shit about a smaller VTuber that they dwarf in concurrent viewership for copying Sinder when Spite literally came first. Can I just, like, let's do a direct comparison, actually. Just really quick, I'll touch on it. Spite. When this happened, July 2022. Let's say, September 2022. July 2022. 100 to 200 viewers. Consistently, for like 4 years almost. She's coming up on year 4 in September. Whereas Sinder, I think she started off with like 1,000 viewers, like pretty much like right off the rip, and she just snowballed. Yeah. It's so sad. It's just so petty. Pettiness causes so much drama in and of itself. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's like, it's so unhinged. Why would you even start seeing her as a threat? Oh, it's my competition. I need to get rid of her, man. Oh my god. It's because Sinder brought her ASMR fans over with her? Yeah, I can see that. She had a very loyal fan base, but what I was trying to say is, why would you ever go after her when she came first? She literally has receipts for every single outfit being either released or at least concept art finished before Sinder even ever showed hers. I feel like people aren't talking about it enough because Spite is a smaller VTuber in the grand scheme of things compared to like the Bow and Lily and Silvervale. And it's like, the other crazy thing is the number of outfits that are just copies. And I think it's just so vindictive and petty to attack someone who's so much smaller than you in viewer size. And to top it off, it's not even for a good reason. You're not even the good guy here. You're literally gaslighting this poor girl. Like, my heart goes out to Spite. I hope she feels vindicated and defending herself and also not causing drama in the first place and bringing this forward when the time was ready or the time was right. Because you know what happens sometimes when you come out as a small VTuber or a small content creator and then you punch up to someone who's bigger than you? They take a big fat steaming dump all over you and are like, oh my god, no, you're just doing this because you're like trying to punch up and I'm the bigger VTuber, you're trying to chase me for clout. Yeah. Like, she has receipts. Like, I'm looking at them 4 months ago, May 24th. July 2022. Boom. September 2022. I don't know. Lots of coincidences. Yeah. Yes, I know you guys have ads. It's fine, you're chilling. Yo, Twitch, can you cut me a deal? I would like to have no ads. You can have all the ad revenue, please. I don't want to deal with this fucking 3 minutes of ads bullshit, man. Fuck, dude. Yeah. I can't wait for the next Sinder stream. I don't think it's gonna happen for a long time, chat.